I'm Hillary Mulick, a wedding photographer based in the Carolinas, and I love using this channel to educate other photographers on business and photography and everything in between. In this week's YouTube episode, I'm going to be talking about how to achieve a work-life balance and some tips on how you can apply having a work-life balance in your own personal lives. So I wanted to talk about some things that I've implemented in my own life to help achieve that work-life balance. I don't believe that work-life balance is possible to achieve consistently every single day, long-term. I think our lives are constantly evolving, and so there's constantly tweaks that need to be made. Some days are a little bit more work, some days are a little bit more personal life, but just all in all, I think it's good to have a general idea on the way you want to live your life to achieve as close to a work-life balance as you can. And here are some things that I've implemented in my own life in order to do that. So the first thing I've done to implement more of a work-life balance in my own life is I leave mornings to myself. So I know a lot of people are morning people and they like to get up and just jump right into work. And I think I used to do that and I really was not successful at it. I am not a morning person, and so I just found when I was trying to do work stuff in the morning, I was not very productive when I was doing that. So I have found that for me personally, in order to achieve a work-life balance, is I leave mornings to myself. So I get up at about 7 a.m. and in that morning stretch until noon, I get up, I feed my dog, I eat breakfast myself, I work out, I take my dog to the park, I'll maybe run some personal errands or just do some personal things here in the house that need to be done, like laundry and cleaning and just different things. And then I don't actually start my workday until around 12 p.m. So from 12 to 5, I do work stuff. I usually take a break somewhere there in the middle to eat lunch and maybe take my dog in the backyard to play. But usually during this time, I'm more focused on work, batching any content that I have coming out that week, answering emails, doing culling and editing, doing any phone calls that I need to do. So this is that time that I do anything work related. And like I said, somewhere in the middle, I'll take a food break or a snack break. I'll take my dog outside, but usually between noon and 5 o'clock is when I'm doing all the work things here in my office. I like to stop work at 5. I am very much an evening person, and I am more productive when I do things in the evening, which is why I don't start my work day until around noon. I used to work until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night just because I feel like I'm on a roll and I can, get a lot done. But just for my own personal life, my husband usually comes home around dinner time. And so in order for us to have that evening time together, I try and get as much work stuff done as I can before 5 p.m. And then I kind of finish up work stuff for the day. I'll cook dinner. My husband and I will watch a show together. And then we're usually in bed by around 9 o'clock. I'm not saying we go to sleep at 9 o'clock. My husband does because he gets up really early to work at the hospital. But we're both usually in bed by 9 o'clock. He falls asleep right away, and then I have my Kindle, and I'm usually reading for like 30 minutes to an hour or until I get tired. And that's kind of what I do in the evenings. As far as sessions, so the whole day that I just described, there was no shooting sessions in that schedule. So as far as shooting sessions, I usually shoot sessions 2 days a week. I used to open it up to shooting sessions Monday through Friday, but then my schedule got really unpredictable, and I just felt like it was harder to keep up with my work schedule when I was just accepting sessions every single day of the week. So now I limit to accepting sessions 2 days a week. I generally accept sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If I have a morning session, it's usually a newborn session, or if we're doing something in studio. But other than that, usually all my sessions are in the evenings when the light is better. Usually between 6 and 8 o'clock is when I will schedule portrait sessions on those 2 days a week. In addition to having those 2 days that I do sessions a week, I usually have a wedding on the weekend. So having this schedule of only accepting sessions 2 days a week and then possibly having a wedding that weekend, that has helped me tremendously in having more of a work-life balance. I feel that I've been able to keep up with more culling and editing and client work when I'm only scheduling sessions on 2 days a week, and then having weddings maybe every other weekend or something like that. couple other reasons why I've decided to limit my scheduling to portrait sessions 2 days a week, sometimes weddings on the weekend, is because here in the Carolinas we have, and probably most places throughout the world, is there's always going to be days where the weather is not ideal. And I just found when I was scheduling sessions 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, that if there was ever a day where the weather was really crappy and we'd have to reschedule that session, I wouldn't have any other dates available for weeks because I was just constantly booking myself out so much. Whereas in this new schedule that I've been doing, where I only book sessions 2 days a week, let's say those are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, if Tuesday's weather was really bad, I can reschedule them to Wednesday or Friday or the following Monday. There's just lots more options for my clients for rescheduling if the weather happened to be bad on their session day. So my clients have actually really liked that, and I feel like that has helped make our client relationship so much better because I have more options available to them if weather is ever an issue. So some things to think about when trying to decide how to create a more work-life balance in your own life is, what time of day are you most productive? Are you a morning person? Do you love jumping right into work? Are you most productive in the mornings? Are you maybe most productive in the afternoons or in the evenings? And I want you to think about what time of day that productivity is going to be the highest and that you're going to be more efficient with your work in your business. And I want you to schedule your day around that if possible. So like I said at the beginning of this video, for me, I found that I am not very productive in the mornings, and I felt like I needed to be because so many people would talk about how they'd get up really early and work out, jump right into their work day, and I would try and do that, and I just felt like I wasn't very productive. I was usually very tired. It would take me twice as long to accomplish anything when trying to do that. But it wasn't until I really thought about it and I thought, you know, I am most productive when I take the mornings to myself. I can make the mornings kind of slow. I can do whatever I want in the mornings, any personal things that need to be done. I love, you know, taking my dog to the park and working out and maybe watching a TV show as I'm eating breakfast. And then once we hit noon and like go into the afternoon, I am more productive with work during that time. So I actually built my schedule more around that. So think about what time of day you are going to be more productive and then try and schedule your days around that productivity so that you are actually getting more done in that amount of time, and then that leaves you with more room for personal life things and actually enjoying doing more personal things with like family and friends rather than just working so much all day. I also think it's really important to be realistic and be flexible when thinking about work-life balance. We can try to have it a really consistent thing from day to day, but life is going to throw us curveballs, and some days I am not going to be able to do the things that I had originally had planned. So I need to be flexible and still get those things done, because if I have client galleries that are due, or if I have timelines that are due, or just different things that need to get done, but maybe I just wasn't able to do it in my noon to 5 time that I normally do it, sometimes I need to be a little bit flexible and move things around, and that is totally okay. The point of this video and thinking about work-life balance is that we want to think about what our ideal schedule is and write that down and try and structure our days around that so that we can accomplish more of a work-life balance, but also be realistic in thinking that, you know, this is probably not going to happen every single day, but at least I have something that I can strive for and build off of, and it's going to make me a whole lot happier to have more of that work-life balance than feel like I am just working all the time and I'm not able to have any personal time to myself, or vice versa. Thank you for watching. I hope this video is helpful in thinking more about how you can have more of a work-life balance in your own life. Before I let you go, I wanted to talk to you about my client management system, HoneyBook. It is the all-encompassing system that I use to do everything with my clients, including sending proposals, contracts, invoices, how I send questionnaires, how I use the scheduling feature to schedule engagement sessions and timeline calls. I can also handle payments through HoneyBook. It's just so great. If you don't have a client management system, I highly recommend looking into HoneyBook. If you click the link down in my description, you can get a free trial to try it out, as well as a discount code if you decide to move forward with it and use HoneyBook more long-term. learn. So make sure to click the link below so you can check that out. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you again next week for another YouTube episode. Bye guys.